What's going on, guys? Aaron Goldsten here. So in this video, I'm going to answer a lot of the questions I got in response to the email I sent out. If you guys are on my private email list, I sent out an email asking, hey, what kind of stuff would you like me to talk about? What kind of stuff would you want me to go over? And the main responses were something along the lines of this. It was a combination of growth hacks, getting to where you want to go as fast as possible. It was a combination of how to live your life fully and win in basically every area of life, which would be kind of getting everything you want in life. And then it was kind of, and then there was other responses such as, how do I start winning again? How do I start getting what I want? And there's one thing that you can start doing that will answer all of those. There's one growth hack you can do that will get you everything that you want in life and will allow you to start winning again and will allow you to start having the success that you deserve. And it's doing one simple thing. So a few years ago, I paid a guy $1,000, and you don't have to pay anyone any money to do this, guys. But I paid a guy $1,000 just because usually people that have information, and if I want to get their nuggets, I've realized a lot of people want money for it, right? If someone's figured out, let's say, a system to make $100,000 a year, or they figured out a way to lose weight and get in really good shape, or they figured out a way to have the relationship that they want. A lot of times, sometimes they'll give it to you for free, but I've noticed a lot of times people want to get paid for it, and it makes sense. You know, if someone's making $100,000 a year and I can pay them maybe $1,000 one time to learn what they're doing, it sounds like a good investment to me. If I'm trying to get in shape, I got a personal trainer. I paid a personal trainer. This was probably about 5 years ago, but I found he was the biggest, buffest personal trainer I could find, and I paid him. He was more expensive than anyone else that I talked to, but because he was the buffest, I hired him and I paid him more money than anyone else because I figured, hey, this guy's got the results I want. He can get me the results that I want. So I paid this guy $1,000 and I went and I hung out with him. And he did like a little mastermind group. It was for a day with about a dozen other people. And he was making about $200,000 a year at the time. He's now making $200,000 a month. He's now making over $1 million a month. And after we did the whole mastermind session for the 6 or 8 hours or whatever it was, and it was nice. I remember they had really good food. It was really enjoyable. And I thought I was a big shot because I was making $100,000 a year there, where the average person there was making $30,000 a month. Lots of people were making $50,000 to $100,000 a month, and he was making like $200,000 a month. So I'm making like $100,000 a year, thinking I'm the man. But after hanging out with all of them, I realized that you can do more, and it raised my standards. And afterwards, we went out and we got dinner, and we went to a club. He spent about $10,000 at the club, and I know this because I saw the bottles he bought and I saw the prices he bought. And one of the bottles was $3,500. He bought 2 of those, and then he bought 2 other bottles, and then he bought another bottle of this other thing. And then before that, we went out to dinner, and he bought everyone food and everyone double shots of Crown. 2 double shots of Crown. He bought appetizers for everyone, and the food there was not necessarily cheap compared to a standard person's. An average person would look at the price of the food, $50, $60, $70 for a plate, and they would probably think it was expensive. But because everyone was making so much money, they didn't really care. And what that experience gave for me is it raised my standards. I got more out of going to the restaurant and watching him spend $10,000 on alcohol like it was nothing and not giving a fuck about it than what I got out of the mastermind. And I took a lot of things out of the mastermind, but what the dinner and the club did for me is it showed me what was possible. Because where I'm from, and maybe where you're from, people don't do that. People don't go to the club and spend $10,000 on a night like it's nothing and literally have the ability to do that whenever they want because they're making a couple $100,000 a month. People don't have the ability, at least with the people I was hanging out with, where I'm from, to, go out to a nice dinner with 20 people because it was just like a dozen people in the mastermind, but then they brought their spouses and he brought his girlfriend and other people brought their friends. Or not their friends, but he had a couple other friends that he brought, and he just paid for everyone's dinner. So I'm sure he probably paid a couple $1,000s for the dinner, and he got everyone a double shot of alcohol and 2 double shots of Crown. And I'm sure at the restaurant like that, it was a little bit, it was upcharged, which they should be. That's how it is. It's nice to have the ability to pay for nice things, but it showed me what was possible. And I remember thinking about that, and I still think about it today. I'm like, wow. That kind of lifestyle is possible. People actually live that, and being around that and experiencing that opened up my mind of what I could do. So the number one growth hack for getting what you want and winning is to hang out with people who have what you have. Surround yourself with people that have what you have, because when they do, you will be able to see what's possible. If you start hanging out with someone that's in really good shape, Ty Lopez talks about how he spent a summer hanging out with this guy that was in really good shape, and he kind of started naturally to eat like him and be healthier like him, and he got in better shape just hanging out with him. We are like sponges. Humans are like sponges. They say in 5 years from now, you're going to be a combination of the top 5 people you hang out with and the top 5 and the top books, a combination of that and the books you read. And that's empowering, because maybe you're in a place and you're like, shit, Aaron, I don't know anyone around here that makes a couple, that's making millions of dollars a year, which is what he was doing. I don't know how I could hang out with them. Well, it'd be good to go out there and hunt for them and make an effort to hang out with them. And you would be surprised if you're authentic and you're genuine, and you maybe message someone on Facebook, or you get in touch with them and you just tell them the reason. Hey, I want to hang out with you. You're successful. I don't want to bug you or anything, but I'd love to, spend some time with you and just see how you think. Maybe you offer to take them out to lunch. I mean, I think if someone did that to me, I'd probably be like, wow, that'd be pretty awesome. There's this guy, Dan Kennedy, talks about how he's been he's made millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars. And he talks about how really there's only one person that's ever really bugged him. Like this one guy, Dan Kennedy was doing a speech, and there was a backstage that you couldn't get past. And there was actually a thing you had to drive through, and there were security guards. Well, this one guy got back there, asked him a bunch of questions. Dan was going on a flight somewhere. And he was going on a flight, and there it was, the same guy sitting next to him on the plane asking him a gazillion questions. And then on the way back, all Dan wants to do is sleep. There's the guy asking him a bunch of questions. Paid for his ticket just so he could sit there and pick his mind. Dan goes, well, it was kind of annoying, but he's the only guy that's ever done that in my whole career. So if you're going to proactively go out there and try to find someone that has what you want, you'd be surprised how easy it is to get someone to hang out with you and be with you and maybe even share some of their secrets with you, because very few people are doing that. Very few people are proactive enough to do that. But the number one secret, guys, is to find someone that has what you have and start to hang out with them, start to pick their brain, start to spend time with them and see how they think, see how they live, see how their thought process is. Because, guys, let me tell you, someone that makes $3 million a year as a 28-year-old that made it from scratch is going to think differently and take different actions than a 40 or 50-year-old that makes $40,000 a year that's been living in scarcity, mediocrity, and the middle class their whole life. And you're going to want to start to pick up on the thoughts and the little things that the rich person does or the successful person does. If it's about health, whatever the healthy person does, and how you can apply that to your life. And then on top of that, guys, go out there and get books. I mean, think about how powerful books are. There's people out there who are billionaires. I got books right behind me, guys. They cost you $20. And it'll be a billionaire. Someone who is 60, 65 years old, is thinking about his life, wants to give back to the world, and writes a book, a 200-page book outlining the top strategies, tactics, and secrets he used to create wealth, his mindsets, his thought processes, all these things that he does, maybe daily routines that he has, which are important. Maybe eating a certain way. The food that you eat is very important to your success because it determines if you're going to get energy or if you're going to go through life in a walking days in a fog. A lot of people, they eat the wrong food, so they have a fog in their brain. They can't concentrate. They can't focus. And because of that, they can't get what they want in life. Well, when you change just your food, that changes all that. So maybe you read something and they talk about how their diet's important, and you realize, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. And then you go out there and you start reading other books on nutrition, and you get that part of your life handled. And now you can be fully focused. You can work for 15 hours straight at a time, fully focused, very strategic, with a calm mind, and get the things that you want. Well, that's powerful. That kind of shit starts to change your life. But you're not even going to know that's out there and what's possible to do unless you start to A, connect yourself with people, and B, read lots of books, right? That's why I'm always reading books, because I'll read a book on this, and they'll be like, oh, I want to get healthy. And then I'll go find a book of someone that studied all these people with nutrition and this and that, and they went to different cultures, and they met up with doctors, and some of them are real doctors, some of them are holistic doctors, some of them have are about vaccines and medicine. Some of them are about healing people naturally and maybe, focusing on the gut and cleaning the gut as a way to, help you be healthy and even potentially boost your immune system and focus on boosting your immune system. And then after all these studies, they determined which ones are healthier and which ones is a better route to go through. And you can take all that, guys. You can sit down with a book, and in 6 hours, you can absorb all that information. Now, you're probably not going to absorb it at the depth of the person that understands it does, but you're going to get a fair amount of information. You're going to learn a few things. You're going to be thinking a different way. And if you read a lot of books or you listen to a lot of self-improvement every day and you do that for a few years, 5 years from now, you're going to be where you want to be. You're going to be winning. That's why everyone that wins always talks about self-improvement and going through books and reading stuff. You guys know my story. I've been listening to 2 to 3 hours of self-improvement a day over the last 10 years straight. Ty Lopez talks about how he reads a book a day, or he skims through a book a day, let's say. Warren Buffett talks about he goes on reading vacations. This guy got this program from Dave. He started with nothing. His business is doing about $1 million a year now. He says about half of that is profit, but still $500,000 starting from nothing is still pretty good. Wouldn't you guys agree with me on that? Dave talks about how he reads a couple books a week. He's friends with Brendan, I think his name's Carter. He's like a celebrity fitness guy. He's a black guy. He's probably around 30. He's in really, really good shape. It's Brendan or Brandon Carter, I forget. He's been on the front of magazines. He's in amazing shape, real successful guy. He makes from what I'm told, guys, all right? I don't have this as a fact from him. He makes a few $1 million a year. Dave was telling me how he reads just a ton. I think he said he tries to read a book a day. All right, guys, there's a reason, everyone. If all the successful people that are out there winning are doing something, and there's a good chance you should do it. And then you have all the poor people. What are all the poor people and the middle class people doing? The losers that don't do anything in their life. They watch TV. They bitch about their problems. They turn to alcohol, entertainment, and bad forms of stimulus to try to make themselves feel better, and they don't get anything they want in life. So you have two kinds of people. You got the people that are down here. They watch TV, they bitch about their life, they don't do anything about it, they never read, they eat shitty food, they never improve themselves, and they stay here. And they're not in the relationship they want, or they're single, they're unhealthy or overweight, and they're broke. And then you have the people up here. The people out here are consistently reading self-improvement. They're consistently going to seminars. They're consistently buying programs and information. They're buying books. They're buying masterminds, right? They're buying better information. The people out here, they don't want to do it. They think it's a scam. They go out and they buy a flat screen TV for $1,000, and then they watch it, and are not happy because entertainment will not get you what you want in life. Turning to entertainment as a way to escape your pain will not make you fulfilled. It will not get you what you want in life. It will not give you what you're seeking. But they'll spend that, and then they have the opportunity to buy a book for $20 or to buy a program for $2,000, and they don't buy it because they think it's a scam. But then you also have the people out here who are buying books, who are going to masterminds, who are doing what they can to get all the information they can. I think Ty Lopez says he spends $100,000 a month now on developing himself. He's got a private chiropractor, and he hires people and pays them an absorbent amount of money so he can get himself to the next level. And then the people up here, guys, they're usually focused on fitness. If you look at poor people and you look at wealthy people, and you look at people that are healthy, a higher percentage of people are healthy that are wealthy. There's more fat and overweight people that are broke and that are poor. So because of that, if you got, and it's not everyone. There's obviously overweight people that are successful too. But if you look at them, it's like 80% of the people that are successful, that started with nothing, that are making a lot of money, are really healthy and really into fitness. Maybe we should start to focus a little bit on fitness as well. And all these people are reading books. Maybe we should start to focus on reading books and self-improvement. All these people are taking calculated risks, where all the poor people are like, no, it's too risky, even though they're wasting 30 hours a week watching TV, not doing anything, and they don't want to possibly try to start a business because they're afraid they're going to fail. Well, if that's their mindset and they're poor, you don't want to think like that. You want to watch what the rich and successful people are doing, the people that are winning in life, the people that are getting everything they want, and you want to copy them. Hopefully you guys got value from this video. If you did, definitely don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.